And my glasses are dirty. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Patriot, Catfishers of America talk show. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And tonight, happiness is our chase of Mr. Catfish. Thank you for coming in. God bless you and God bless your families. I hope everybody's having a great day, great night, and I appreciate you coming in and supporting my show. See, Mr. James Dockery's in the house. Muskrat, I got to send you a message when the show's off tonight. Big Slim 91. There's Lyle from Catfish Wiggly. Mo Creek Fishing. Who else we got in here tonight? See quite a few coming in. Y'all just talking. I love seeing y'all conversing back and forth. There's Buckeye. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. John Patrick Jr. The Squirrel's in the house tonight. Creole, JP3. Who else we got in here? Don't want to miss no names. I want to make sure we holler at everybody. Let's see. There's Mike's Outdoor. Miss Cindy's in the house. Fan Seeker. Danny S4E. I don't know what that means. Mike's Outdoors. I'll repeat your name. Joe Buck's in the house. There's Dinks Outdoors. Mr. Dinks, I enjoyed Monday night on Catfish Weekly with my friend Richard Ward, Dale Hayslip, Kentucky Catman, Ace. We got a bunch of people coming in. Justin Fishing Fetish. I got to call you tomorrow, my friend. Guys and gals, I appreciate everybody coming in here tonight. Tonight, you can see on the little ticker tack going across the bottom, we're going to talk a little bit about small details. There's Robbie Thompson. There's Mr. Chad. Oh, something for everyone. Thank you, Chad. Duh, that went right over my head, didn't it? Appreciate you telling me that. I'm a little slow, licking the window slow. But anyway, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about small details. I thought about that after Monday night show, that maybe we as fishermen that's been doing this a long time or a short while, but have learned a lot. Junior War Scout, Team Wampus Cat, that maybe sometimes we get in a habit of doing things that we take for granted. What's up, Hayes? That we take for granted and might forget to pass this information along. Most of us cover the big stuff, bait, tackle, different things like that. But sometimes it's the little small details that we might forget to tell or help somebody learn that can actually change their day from a bad day to a good day, or from a real bad day to a decent day. There's half crazies in the house. So we're going to try to bring up some of those small details. If I forget something or don't bring something up, please throw it up in chat. We got some new people that's to the fishing community. We got some old people, some people that might have never even thought of certain things or never even crossed their minds about trying these little details. So if you don't mind, this is going to be kind of an interactive night. We got a lot of people in here that's a lot more experienced at catching fish than I am. Been at chasing the big fish longer than I have. So I rely on y'all to help me bring some of the information out. If I say something wrong, please correct me. I'm only human. So I want to make sure that any information that comes through this channel or Catfish Weekly is spot on, that we do not mislead anybody. There's Mike Simpson's in the house. Or is that Simpson or Samson? We got two of them in the house. Samson, I'm sorry. So, and if we got any new channels in here, guys, make sure you check them out. Share the love. Let's get on with this show. All right. Small detail number one that I think probably should be first and foremost, especially right now. There's Glenn's in the house. Since it is winter, is safety. Mr. Hagen Grubbs. What's up, Slicker? Catfish regulations. There's a new channel, guys. Check them out. Share the love. Gabby catches large fish. You catch small. Just a fishing fetish. Yes, sir. Got to talk to you tomorrow, my friend. Anyway, is safety. I used to love to listen to Doc talk about there's Palmettos in the house, Junior Warskar, Junior Proctor's in the house. Is safety. Wintertime can be a blast for big fish, big blues especially. Skip Stewart's in the house. But it can also be a dangerous time. One thing is that you can dehydrate real quick in the wintertime. People don't understand that winter air is very dry. So make sure you take plenty of liquids with you. Alcohol will dehydrate you even faster, guys. I don't drink. Used to drink, but don't drink. It can dehydrate you real fast. But make sure you carry plenty of liquids with you. Stay hydrated. Another thing is that make sure you dress in layers. You can always take stuff off, but if you don't have it with you, you can't put it on to stay warm. A lot of people are starting to carry heaters and stuff with them. 777's in the house. I might get a little horse on you tonight, guys. If I do, sorry. Keep an extra change of clothes in the vehicle or in a bag. Exactly right, Cindy. Thank you for that. Because once you get wet and cold, it's tough. I see somebody said something about spasms. I always had severe muscle spasms last Saturday when you was out fishing. Yes. I know people. There's Miss D in the house. Thank you, D, for coming in last night and watching mine and Donna's show. Well, Donna and my show. I had fun. I hope you did too. That's why I wasn't in there with Muskrat last night. The wife was selling clothes, so I joined her. But anyway, back to the thing. I know a lot of guys have a phobia or whatever you want to call it about carrying bananas on the boat. The story of bananas was that back then, there's Mike Greenwell in the house. Back then, years and years ago, transporting fruits and vegetables and stuff like that across the ships, had a load of bananas. The bananas had banana spiders in them, and while the crew was asleep at night, they all got eat up and bit by spiders, and the crew died. That's where that come from, that the load of bananas was bad luck to have on the ship. Outdoors addiction. What's up, my friend? But bananas have a high thing of protein in them. I mean, not protein, but potassium. Potassium helps stir off the spasms and cramps. So, if you're not really got a phobia of bananas on a boat, make sure you take some. Pickle juice is another good one. And not the pickle juice that them ladies used to talk about on them other channels, and their pickle juice had a little spike to it. But anything like that, guys, that might happen that can ruin your day, keep it in mind. I carry a couple packs of those thermal wraps that you can open up, expose to air, and they get hot. Simple reason is that, y'all have heard me talk about it before, your kidneys carry a large amount of flow of blood through the body. You can take those thermal wraps, open them up, let them heat up, put them right across where your kidneys are in your back, and it will 99% of the time that will prevent you from getting the chills, because once you get those chills, it's hard to stop it. It really is. Without getting in a hot shower or something like that, it's hard to get control of it. But little old hand warmers and stuff like that, you have to, if you got a couple of them, pull them out, tuck them in your shirt right at your kidneys, and that will help you out a lot. De-icer comes in handy a lot around now. Frozen latches and windshield, exactly. Just talking about live jackets, exactly right. Catmandu. That was the next thing I was going to bring up. Make sure you wear your life jackets. If you're on a pontoon and you don't feel that you really need to, make sure you have one handy. There's Mike Irvin, David Martin. Make sure you have them and a throw cushion, because cold water, you will not last long. You might be the best swimmer in the world, but if that cold water will zap you real quick. Yes. Kentucky, people might laugh at that, but it's all about calorie intake. Calories give your body fuel to burn, and when you got fuel to burn, you stay a lot warmer. I learned UMC to heat your wrist. Where I missed it. Blood flow wrist right into your core. Right. Yes, because that's going right there towards your heart. Always try to eat more out on the boat when it's cold. Being cold burns a lot of calories. Exactly right. Same thing to do is stay home and watch other people on YouTube. I hear you, Justin. Oh, Michael Morello said he can't float, so he's going to sink. Oh, there you go. So, but safety, guys, please. You got other family members that rely on you to come home. Your kids, and if you don't have kids, I'm sure you got a dog, a cat, an animal that rely on you to come home, a mother, a father, brother, sister, family. We all got other people that love and care about us, that want to see us come home safe. I want to see you come home safe. I mean, period. I care about each and every one of you, so I want to make sure that safety is always on your mind. There's a lot of people that kayak fish. Wintertime, kayak fishing scares the crap out of me, thinking about somebody down there doing that and how easy. Wait a minute. Here we go. A ladder on the boat in cold weather is a must. Cold water, you may not be able to make it to the bank if you fall off of the boat. Good daggum, good advice. Great advice, really. I got a ladder to put on my pontoon that actually got pretty daggum cheap. I think I get like $10, and it's brand new in the freaking box. It just didn't have the screws with it. Make sure you there you go. Make sure you let people know when and where you're going and where you might be going out to set up before you go. Oh yeah, don't forget the 357 and night fishing. There you go. You know, you got your normal safety stuff that is required to be on a boat. A lot of people don't carry a flare. A flare could actually save your life. If nothing else, at least you can start you a bonfire or start you a fire on the bank to get dried and warm. Hold up a second. But Gabby can want to know who's going to the Catfish Conference. 45 on your boat. What do you mean, JR, 45 on your boat? You done put 45 in the boat today? But no, guys, you know, that's why I used to like Doc. He'd always come up with some things that we might not think about. Glenn said, no ladder, use the motor and trim it up. There you go. Is that Doc would always come up with some odd things that we might not think about. Doc had fell in the water. He knows what it's like to hit that cold water and how easy and quick it will Oh, 45. There you go. Tell Goober I said, hey, that went over my head. There's Avid in the house. So there's a lot of things that we take for granted. There's the Cross couple. Appreciate you coming in. Sean. So think about it, guys. Make you a little checklist for wintertime of things that you will need to carry on your boat just in case. That's it in a nutshell, just in case. All right, we got that out of the way. Let's go on to other little small details that we might forget to tell others about. Because after talking with Dinks the other night, that young man's got a great father that's working with him, teaching him all kind of things about fishing. He's learning, and there's a lot more in here. Like Gabby, she's learning from Justin, and I'm sure she learns a lot from watching us in our videos. Take salt, sand, shoal to the boat ramp. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of boat ramps get real slick. Bag of snow melt, bag of oil dry for frozen ramps. Yep. So don't forget snack and monsters. Well, I mean, I don't drink those energy drinks, but I'm sure that they put caffeine in you, and caffeine can be a good thing and a bad thing. It can work against you sometimes, but I'm sure they pack a wallet full of daggum calories, which is a good thing. Yes, Sean, he's doing great, and there's a lot of young people, a lot of people getting into the sport. So I do want to help share some of those little tiny details that we as fishermen might take for granted. One of the ones I think is my favorite to share is that patience. And your biggest tool, your best tool is your brain. Do your homework, watch other people's videos, ask questions. If you see somebody on a video doing something that you don't understand, then ask the question in their comments. And most of them will comment back to you and explain that to you. What's green slime on the boat ramp, warmer weather? You daggum right, Mike. I busted my tail and tore the meat off my shins because of green slime. You're exactly right, boy. That trailer is unforgiving on a shin bone or any other bones. Energy drinks are 75% of her diet. To me, I believe them things are going to age our youth real quick. When y'all young, I don't know why y'all need energy drinks. But anyway, yeah, that green slime's some slick stuff, buddy. I still got a big old scrape scar straight up my shin bone from that stuff. Slicker than owl snot, ain't that what they say? Being nice. But it's your brain. The small details is take notes, take a list so you don't run off from home and forget hooks, sinkers, rod and reels, bait, things like that. Little small list. And another thing, guys that have boats that have the plugs that keep the water out of your boat. I've heard so many people talk about they forget to put the plugs in. Buy you 2 plugs, one to go in your boat and one to go on your key ring. Put that spare in your boat somewhere, but the one on your key ring, make sure that's the one that you use on your boat. That means you can't start your boat until you get the plug in. As soon as you pick up them keys, you're going to see that plug and you're going to say, duh, I need to put this in before I put it in the water. Nothing more. Yeah. You're right, Hayes, because that'll be the day when you can't find a cotton picking bait fish to catch nowhere on the water. Drain your pumps, they will freeze and bust and will sink you. Exactly right. Wintertime, when you pull your boats out of the water, I always leave my motor up and down, straight up and down, to drain as much water out of it. And I'll leave it down until I'm ready to pull out of the parking lot to head home. Get as much water out of it as you can. Then when you get home, get it backed up in place, take your foot support off of it, and let that motor back down to finish draining out what water's in there. Because I always worry about water freezing on the water pump itself, and then the first time you fire it up, it ripped the dadgum blades off of your water pump. And then there you go, not have a water pump pumping. Here is one. This also, if you have an electric start, put an extra set of keys on the boat in your truck. I drove all the way to the lake. David, I done that one time last year. Got to the lake, didn't have no keys, and I had to hotwire it. The only thing with the boat that I've got, when I hotwired it, I didn't have something. My alarms wouldn't work, and something else wouldn't work. I still was able to run the boat up and down the water. I don't think it allowed me to trim and something else. And by just bypassing that, it didn't let everything get in there. So I was able to go in there, unplug the switch, and actually I had a pair of tweezers, and I reached in there to the plug and said zip, and she started right up, and we was able to go. So I didn't have to go all the way back home, but I didn't. Of course, with a pontoon, I don't have to worry about trim anyway, the way mine is set up. So there you go. But make a list, guys. Make a list. Make it a habit that you check that list before you ever leave home. I see P City Smitty's in the house tonight. Another thing, like I said, bait, tackle, all that, put it on your list. Make sure you put food on there, calories. What's up, Brandon? Drinks. Anything that you think you're going to need, not just for your day of fishing, but for a safe day of fishing. Make sure you got your life jackets or whatever. Some people don't leave that stuff on their boats. Some people do. Rain gear. Rain gear can actually keep you warm in the wintertime. Say if you got clothes that you wear that's normally warm, but on a windy day or a fast trip down the water, put that rain gear on. That stuff don't just repel water. It also helps repel the wind. That wind will give you the chills. Copy of your fishing license on the boat. Forgot mine in an hour from home. Long day driving. I'm sure is so. Lyle, don't get grumpy. Oh, Lyle, I'm glad you're doing better, my friend. That shoulder is getting better and better every day. I know you're ready to get on the water. I always do everything in the same order, the same way. That's why I don't like someone helping. Well, Creole, and that's a good thing, but that one day you get a little bit of a hurry or you're running late, that's the day that same thing might go out the window, because you get in the truck and you head down there. But I done do that because I do that every time. And that's when you do forget the things that you might need most. A list. Last night the wind picked up. Yes. Don't make fun about this one. But toilet paper, wet ones, for doing the business. Exactly right. I got a toilet on my boat, so I don't have to run to the bank. Never fished alone. I always have another person to go over the checklist, double check. While they talk, measure twice and cut once. My net, and couldn't boat my biggest fish. Well, he believes it was Willie P 48. What's going on, guy? True. Your net. I've actually, guys and gals, I never would have believed that a net would blow out of a boat. laying flat in the floor. I never would have believed a net would have lifted up out of my boat and blowed out of my boat, but it did. Extra bulb for your running lights. Yep. Moist wipes with aloe. Exactly. I carry a couple bars of ivory soap in my boat for washing hands, to get junk off of it. Like if you mess around, you filling up with gas or whatever, you get gas or oil or something on your hands, make sure you wash and get that stuff off. You can use that stuff in the lake, and it's really unscented, and it's, from what I understand, it's not bad for fish, because I know people that use it in the swamps down around Santee Cooper catfishing ivory soap. Now, I've never figured out how to get it to stay on the hook, but they do. Most got a routine. And yeah, I know, Jim, I kind of done that when I was fishing with Matthew Anthony. I'm an experienced fisherman, but Matthew has a set way that he does things, set up his planer boards and everything. And I felt like a sore thumb in the way when he was getting everything out. But if you sit back and watch and listen, they will teach you how they do things. And then, a couple hours into the day, you will actually start figuring out, be able to throw it in there and help. Oh, yeah, you don't want Clorox wipes. No, Sean, you don't want no Clorox wipes. Yeah, that can make for a bad day. You look like a dog dragging his tail in the daggum in the grass. Keep me dry, brace the wind. If you fall in, the insulated bibs will sink you like a rock. You're exactly right. And plus, people don't realize you can actually get too warm in the wintertime. If you start sweating, that means the inner layer of clothes on you will get wet. That's just like camping. Never sleep in your clothes in your sleeping bag, because your clothes will get damp from you sweating in them at night. Then you will get chilled. It's a no-no. Best thing to do is sleep in your birthday suit. Who else is in here? Is Jesse in here? We got Jesse O'Neill will be on Catfish Weekly on the 21st. Coffee, coffee, coffee. I agree, Justin. I probably drank too much of that coffee. But yeah, you can get too warm, guys. Don't get sweaty. You can very easily get chilled. Same here with the Cabela's Guide rain gear. Yeah, guys, right quick while we on here, put up a list of some of the different rain gears that y'all use, guys, to help people that's getting into it. A jump box and jumper cables. Exactly, Catfish Weekly. I got me one of those, like Doc was talking about. It's a little lithium battery with the jumper cables. These things are killer. They got USB ports and everything on them. Jump your car, your boat, or whatever off. Plus, you can charge your phones or whatever else on there. So, guys, yeah, put up a list of some of your rain gears so people can look them up if they don't have any. And wool. Wool is exactly right. Wool is one of the only fabrics that will keep you warm regardless if it's wet or not. That's why the military uses wool. It's a great insulator because it can keep you warm, wet, or dry. You don't want to be wet, but that's okay. Yes, Sean. That's what we want to do, is make sure that each and every one of you have a good day on the water. Whether it's cold, wet, windy, rainy, just nasty, or whatever, we want you to have fun, and that's what it's all about. Another thing, wintertime, people don't think about it, but you can get sunburn. Your face and hands can get windburn. Make sure you get a good pair of gloves. Justin says he uses the Onyx. I've seen, well, there's Hulk bibs, Frog Togs. Frog Togs is pretty cool to be such a lightweight material. They really break the wind off, and they're not loud, you know, as far as the noisy of the material and stuff. I always remember thermals, rain gear, new heated clothing. Yes. And there's a lot of different clothing companies out there that's got like the Under Armour and a couple of other ones that's got winter Under Armour and summer Under Armour or whatever that actually help keep you warm without the bulkiness of the clothes. Hagen wears the Carhartt rubber bibs. I'll tell you what, them things right there are tough as boot leather, and you really can't beat them. They knock the wind right off. But any kind of material, guys, that bust that wind off of you, because you get that misty day when it's cold, it's misty, everything's soaking wet on your freaking boat. It don't take long to get cold. It don't, and get chilled. Grundens. Seems like I've heard that. Muck boots, very thin and very strong. Exactly right. I've got I had a brain fart. Oh, my boots, what I wear is my wetsuit for diving is my booties. They're waterproof. They got a good thick sole. They're very supportive of the foot, but they are waterproof. And man, these things feel good on the feet. They look good too. Arctic Pro boots are great. Frog Togs, holiday special. Well, there you go. Appreciate you sharing that, Michael. See, guys, that's what it's all about. Be interactive in chat, helping each other out. I need to invest in is a good rain suit. You're right, Brandon. It can be a saver. Extra socks is a must. Extra socks is a must. Put them in a Ziploc baggie, shove them in a dash or in your tackle box or whatever. It can really help you out. Yep, right, Muskrat, you're right. Get what you can afford or save up and get you a good set because that can really, I mean, guys, you can get chilled in the summertime when them cool rains come up and you done been out there hot all day long. It's think of everything you can to keep from having to go home and ruin a day or cut a day short when the fish is really biting. So anyway. All right, let's go to a different detail. Let's get down to the fishing. You just got a buddy heater to go with my jeans and Dickie work jacket. There you go, JBT. Extra underwear. Hi, JP3. Oh, there you go. Cannonball sinkers, the chunky jet skis, and bass boats. Oh, y'all ain't right. That's what they make tater guns for. Good quality waterproof boots. You're right. That guys, I mean, there's all kind of different things. What's up, Skin and Scales? So, guys, don't forget, share the love. Share the love. No catfish regulations. We're gonna leave the politics off of here. This channel is not for that because trust me, when I get on a roll, I'll tell you one little thing about politics, and then that's all I'll say. About my grandson. Y'all talk to him on here, Aiden. He comes on here. My daughter sent me a message today, and Grandpa's head swole up like a pumpkin today. My grandson loves him some Trump. And he's very, very, very patriotic. He's got his whole bedroom wall painted up like an American flag. Well, he's got him a Trump 2020 sticker on his laptop. went to school, and the teacher said, son, you need to take that sticker off that laptop. That is not correct. You cannot have that in school. You need to take that off of your laptop, or we might send you home. My little grandson's a redhead. He's smart, but he can be a little smart tail. He said, click, 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 click. He said, no, I don't think so, ma'am. My Fifth Amendment says that I do not have to remove this sticker off my laptop. It is a freedom of speech. I do not, by the Fifth Amendment, have to remove this from my laptop. She got the principal, and the principal said, hey, he's right. Maybe you need to read the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. I believe this boy knows a little bit more than you do about it. And boy, she told me that, and my head swole up. I said, that's my boy right there. That's my boy. Kevin, I hope you get to use them too, buddy. Take pictures, take some videos. Send me some pictures of you fish with the bobbers if you can see the bobbers with it. I appreciate it, guys. I'm working on other videos. I'd love to have them in there. Yeah, but when Vanessa told me that, boy, Pawpaw's head swole up like a daggum pumpkin. So that boy knows his amendments. He knows the Constitution. He reads it. So don't let him be the only one that reads it. Yeah, I about fell out. What's up, Michael Chavez? Back to small details. Michael Chavez cooks up some good food, boy. Some good-looking food. Oh, Lord have mercy. He's going to be on Catfish Weekly next Monday night, so guys and gals, don't forget to check it out. Small details. Some people like braid. Some people like mono. Some people like 30-pound test on their main line. Some like 20. Some like 50. Some like liters of 50. Some like liters of 80. Some like braid that's 65 pounds and up. When we are doing our videos, guys, which I know I haven't done a video in a while except the barber video the other day, let's don't forget to try to cover some of the small details that will help our new and upcoming fishermen to have a good day. It ain't all about being secretive. It ain't all about, oh, I don't want to share my trade secrets. There is no trade secrets, guys. Catfishing is catfishing. We are a tight-knit community that can almost claim that we're family. Sometimes some of us has become closer than family members. So it ain't all about, I got to hide my catfish hole. I got to hide this. I'm going to use that on this tournament this weekend, so I don't want to tell anybody. Listen, guys. Fishing is fishing. When you get to that point that you think that you've got to hide those little details from somebody else, I would recommend that you find another hobby. I really would, because you have totally forgot what fishing is all about. And that's to enjoy yourself, enjoy what the good Lord has blessed us with. It is to them days that you get out on that water and it takes you back to the days that you fished with your grandpa, your daddy, your mama, even a brother, a cousin. That is the time that we are here to enjoy what the good Lord allowed us to do. That's sat by the water, and whether that's in a boat or whether that's bank fishing, it's all about camaraderie. If you're fishing with somebody else, and if you're fishing with you by yourself, that's a good time to reflect on life, on how well we have been blessed. Chesapeake Bay, what's going on? Never tell tournament holes, but I will send you to an area to catch fish. Yeah, I mean, JR, you understand what I'm saying. I ain't saying 2 days before a tournament, give out where you're going to go be fishing or whatever. It's just, help each other out. Help a man out. And what they say, help a man out. James Dockery is an angry roofer. Oh, I see. Is Tim in there? Y'all keep saying Jesse. Who is Jesse? I'm missing. I see y'all's YouTube names, and I miss your real names, and I do apologize for that. I really do. If I help a brother out, there you go. That's hey, big man, let me hold $1. How many of you just spit your drink out when I said that? Because I know you've heard that. There you go. Outdoor addiction, Jesse. There you go. Now I got a name and a name to put together. Setting hooks and crossing eyes. What's going on, my friend? So yeah, I'm not saying sell yourself out on a tournament. I know you got money invested. I know you got time invested, and nobody wants to give out those secrets before a tournament. But everyday fishing, we all can help each other out. And the small details is what's going to make a good trip. And might even make a good trip better. Back to fishing line, I lost it. Duh, sorry about that. So don't mislead guys that's just getting into it. Jeremy has a great tip. You won't send it or fix it. I missed something. Don't mislead. Don't tell them, well, this line is better than that line if you don't know for sure. Don't say, well, you don't need that kind of line. You need this. Same way with hooks. Same way with, well, sinkers, but mainly swivels. You can't go wrong with sinkers. Swivels, other things like that. Don't mislead, guys. It would break my heart if I told somebody, well, you need to buy this reel right here, knowing good and well it was a piece of crap. And somebody spent their hard-earned money to get that, only to end up having it tear up on them. And the same way with other things that you fish with. Do not mislead. I'm not saying tell all your little trade secrets, but don't forget to break out those little details. And the details, guys, I'm thinking about are the details that we take for granted. Just like Creole talking about, he does the same thing. And we get complacent at doing those same things. And a lot of times when we do our videos or take people out fishing with us, we doing certain little bitty things that we know work, but we forget to tell others about it. Guys, I keep looking over here and I'm missing y'all. I'm missing some of the stuff that y'all talking about. You don't have secrets. You're an open book to a fault. And I mean, and I understand that. What's up, Georgia Fisherman? Guys, we got a lot of good people, a lot of new people. Check them out. New target catfish. I fish for decades. I look for not only what you do, but why you do the things. And that's something that I've said over and over and over and over again. If I call Junior Warscow, say, I might ask you really where you catching fish, but that's not what I'm meaning. It's probably because I said it wrong. I want to know what made you choose that place you're catching fish, because there's 10 other thousand places on that same body of water that is close to what you're catching fish on. Whether it's a river channel, creek channel, the backs of creeks, deep brush, shallow brush, rock pile, a mussel bed, whatever. I don't want to know your spot. I want to know why you chose that spot, period. That will help me make the decision, make an educated decision on where I want to go fish. New persons. Exactly right, JBT. You've always got new people coming into the sport that will watch your videos. Is Miss Paula in the house? What's up, Paula? There's so many new people coming into the sport watching that don't know. Carolina Cat Daddy, we ain't seen you in here in a while. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. We got 55 people in here tonight. is the why part. Why? Act like a 2-year-old kid. Why this? Why is the sky blue? Why is the sun hot? Why? Stan, what's going on? Those are the answers that make a difference. Flatheads. I know there's probably a lot of people in here or that might not catch much flatheads or live in an area that they are not flatheads, but they say that they see us catching flatheads and they say, well, a flathead bites different than a blue. And they do. Now, sometimes them flatheads, when they on a roll getting hungry, they will pull them rods down. But a lot of times you will see a very subtle pull on that rod of that flathead swimming off of that bait, but actually ever slamming it. Kentucky used to have flatheads. So when you out flathead, you own some flatheads, and maybe your camera don't catch that bite or don't catch that pull down, maybe explain a little bit on there what just took place. What made you think that that was a flathead? What's up, John Boys Catfishing? You never know if you don't throw. That's my saying. You don't know if you don't throw. Research. Ask. If they won't tell you, call me. If I don't know, I promise you, we will find out and get you an answer back. I see you skip my gold comment, James. Where's your gold comment? I didn't skip it. I probably didn't see it, my friend. Where's it at? You have to retype that one. That must be way back up in there. Yeah, if you don't ask, you never know. Time on the water, whether you bank fish or whether you boat fish, whether you kayak fish or canoe fish. It's all about having fun, but they are details that will make a good day. The flathead, for instance, they do have a different fight, a different bite. If you know, so explain those on your camera. Explain it to people. Hey, I pretty well knew that was a flathead by the way he pulled that rod down, or the way he didn't pull that rod down, and all you seen was a little bit of twitch of the line. Put me on the gold bunt fish spot. There you go. JR, you know where one of my gold holes is. If I don't get back in it, it's driving me crazy, Junior. It's that time to put that dredge in the water now. The snakes are hiding, getting ready to go into hiding. There you go, Carolina. We can cover a lot. Blues, they slam a rod down. I mean, but there are times when they laid up in that mud and you might see just that little thump. And I've had so many fish sitting there with the bait in their mouth, and I never seen them actually take that bait till I was getting ready to reel rods in. Oh, I hear you, Hayes. I'm glad you love them. I'm glad you love them. Right now is the perfect time to buy them Christmas. Yeah, JR, I'm not scared of snakes either. But that cotton picking creek down there is loaded in them. And them son of a guns will climb up on your dredge, climb right beside you. And when you don't see them, they will spook you. And they are some cottonmouths in that water, my friend. Big ones. And the cottonmouth will put a freaking hurting on you. I never knew he was on. Never. You exactly right. Flatheads are notorious about that. Yeah, and Paula, I'm noticing that there are a lot more catfishermen that are willing to help than are not. Now, I mean, I know there's some out there, but that's in every crowd that are just pricks. That just ain't another perfect word for them, that are wanting to keep it to themselves, that they're going to get millionaires by catfishing. Guys, you better keep your day job. All I can tell you. Bring bait, food, snacks, then they'll all think about it. Roger. And that's another thing, is throwing your anchor, guys, anchoring up on fish. A lot of people do a lot of very detailed anchoring. They know exactly where they mark fish at. They know exactly where they want to position their boats. Detail that, guys. Share that information. Whether you suspend fish or whatever. Junior Warsky's brother is team keeping it real. He's a very detailed anchor fisherman. He marks those fish. He maps out how far away, and he knows where to put his baits back. And I'm sure Junior does the same thing. A lot of you probably do too. But share that information. That's a different way of doing it on lakes than on rivers. Explain that too. If you're on a river and you anchor the same way as you do on a lake, probably not, because you got current. And a lot of times in good current, you only have to throw one anchor. Where in a lake, you might need to do two anchors. And thus on pontoons, Team Wampus Cat taught me a little secret, that he's actually got a third one. And it ain't nothing but a big chunk of lead that once he's anchored up and gets the boat steady, he will drop that rascal straight down beside the boat and let it hit the bottom as hard as it can to mar that big chunk of lead up in, and then he'll tie it off. He tied off with just enough slack that when you get a little bit of a wake, you don't jerk it up off of the bottom. And a lot of times it'll help keep the sway out of your boat. It's almost like having a stiff leg. And all of a sudden, my granddad said, what the good Lord gave us, the DNR taketh away. What's up, Ace? If I miss a comment, guys, I'll apologize. If you got a question, I'll apologize. I haven't seen many of them. In. Richard's been working nonstop. Oh yeah, hey yeah. All my friends that does reconstruction and remodeling, they are staying busy. Junior is too. Mark fish and set up about 20 yards away from them. Yes. Yeah, Mr. David Martin done got him a Garmin live scope. He's almost cheating now, guys. That's what he told me. He said it almost makes you feel bad. Said you feel like you're cheating. I can't wait to see it. I want to go out with David and use the bobbers and get me some great video with that. That's going to be fun. All right. Anchoring, lines, hooks, and everything, guys. You know, don't mislead. Lead them in the right direction. Anchoring is one thing that can actually make you have a real bad day, especially on rivers. Lakes, not so much, but on rivers, not anchoring in the right position or anchoring in places that you probably ought not throw an anchor can be the difference in you going home to your family or going home in a body bag. From what I understand, I've talked to Lyle and quite a few other people that's fished the Mississippi and other big rivers that got wind dikes. There's places around those wind dikes that you probably do not want to throw an anchor. I'm most excited to see my waters through your eyes, a completely new perspective. There you go. There you go. Ohio, y'all talking back and forth. Just another tool on the toolbox. You're exactly right, Cat Kings. There's so many tools to what we do. Even we don't think about it. We don't think that they are, but everything from the socks you wear to a lot of other things can be considered a tool. It really can. What other details, guys, little small details you can think about that we need to share? Let's say we're going to share some small details with Mr. Dean. Let's throw some out right quick, guys. I know y'all got some in chat that I haven't covered. And guys that's getting into it, you don't have to have the best rod, reel, and everything to go fishing. Get your rod and reel and just go fishing. Go fishing, go fishing, go fishing, and enjoy it. Catfishing can get expensive. You can go to pawn shops. Of course, people's done, they done got wise to them pawn shops. They start looking at it. To me, I found the best time is not the time when tax time is. It's the time about 2-3 months after the tax time when people need to start selling stuff to go pay the power bill. Yes, back to the basics. I got a buddy of mine that is a bass fisherman. He's always been an outdoorman. He's got into bass fishing, and it's bit him hard. Great guy. He's been catching some catfish on artificial baits back in the summer and spring. That computer keeps wanting to restart. And he, it's one thing that I've always told him is when you feel that you've got to have the next new gadget that's come out, and I've heard this so many times, well, the fish are evolved, the fish are changing. No, the fish don't change. Nature wants 3 things: food, reproduction, and shelter. That's all they want. They have 0 human emotion. So as soon as you start putting human emotion into a fish, trying to think like that fish don't think like you. You can't think like that fish. Just remember, he's got to eat, and he's got to reproduce. If you can remember that, that will help you out tremendously. Measure current speed with the boat before anchoring, scan it, sonar, and watch out for debris coming down the waters. Can make a bad day. Yeah. Generally, most of my reels come out of pawn shops. My 6500s and my 6000s, most of them come out of pawn shops. Our pawn shops are expensive. You just have to look, guys. A lot of these guys got buddies. We got a lot of carp pay lakes around here. They fish for carp. They love the 6500 C3s. And then they'll talk their buddies and they're going, hey, man, you need to get into carp fishing. You need to get into carp fishing. Well, they'll go out and buy full rods and reels, stands, the whole works, spend their tax money. And then 3, 4, 5 months later, they need to pay a power bill. First thing goes is them rods and reels to the pawn shops. Perfect time to get them. But you better be fast or be friends with the guy that owns the pawn shop, because they do not sit there long. They will be gone. Well, you know, that's like the old saying from the old gold miners. Back in the day, the heyday of gold mining, the miners ain't the ones that got rich. It's the men that sold the shovels that got rich. So they said, mine the miners. But they are a lot of great things out there, guys, that have changed and helped us as catfishermen get more. How do I say that? That's not the right word. Maybe catch more fish, maybe catch bigger fish. I think the word getting around about different baits, bigger baits, using bigger baits. The Demon Dragon's one of them, or Dragon Shads, or whatever, the Rattling Shads. The Santee Cooper rig. I actually started out as just a Carolina rig, and somebody happened to put a float on it. It changed that whole, it was a major change. Thank you, Cindy. Extra trash bags, clean up, because we always have to clean up behind other people. Leave it like a Boy Scout. Leave it better than what you found it. There's Mr. Maurice. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you coming in the house tonight. Chad works. Snack. Sad and Shacks work good. You lost me there. Yes, you're exactly right, Jim. Carolina rig still works great to this day. And guys, they work probably the best way to throw my floats with is the Carolina rig. You can use other rigs, but to me, I found it actually casts better with that rig. Yeah, just be yourself, guys, and enjoy yourself. If you're going to become a YouTuber and want to grow your channel, just be yourself. Don't fake it. Don't fake it. Don't fake it. Don't fake it. They people see right through it, and it'll turn them off real quick. But share the small details. That's it, Catman. Do you exactly right, and that's something that I hope that we can share on our channels is the proper way of handling fish. Catch, photo, release. CPR. Going out Saturday night. You're going to put them floats to work. There you go, Junior. Put them to work, guys. Put all your tools in your toolbox to work for you. Shallow water action right now. There you go. I didn't know if they would stand deep. I hadn't been on the water, guys. I apologize for not bringing y'all some videos. I do. Catfish Heroes. I love that name. First world problems. Hagen's a good one to watch, guys. There's a lot of great channels on here that do share a lot of the small details, that do share a lot of great information, whether you can use it on your waters or not. A lot of times you can tweak it just a little bit from what they do on a river and make it work on lake waters, or vice versa. What you do on a pontoon boat, tweak it just a little bit, and you might be able to use it on your kayak or on the bank. They're deep for sure, but a bunch in the shallow. All right. Yes. Yes. Do not throw your scrap fishing line in the waters. And another one, it drives me crazy. I smoke, guys. I do not throw my cigarette butts in the water. The reason I say that is 30, 35, maybe, it hadn't been 40 years ago, probably about 30, 32 years ago, catfishing on Lake Wiley. No squirrel, I ain't nowhere near that, the rascal. I've had so much to do, I haven't even started doing the tear part. I got all the stuff pulled off of it, but was the reason I say that was that I was catfishing and we was using that old stink blood bait Charlie back then and had them little treble hooks on there. And I reeled my line in and a cigarette butt was stuck to the end of one of those little treble hooks. And I got to thinking, how many freaking cigarette butts is in the bottom of this water that I actually hooked one, reeling in? Now, it's below the 74 and I-85 bridges, so I'm sure that there's a lot gets flicked off in that water going across the bridge. But, guys, these are our waters. These are our waters. These are our kids' waters, our grandkids' waters. Let's keep it as clean as we can. Whether you smoke, or whether you drink, or whether you whatever, don't throw your drink bottles out. Don't throw this out, that out. Our waters are polluted enough. Let's do our part to keep them clean. I want my grandbabies to be able to. Other people won't even swim in Lake Wiley. There, at one time, Wiley had a bacteria in there. that if you had a sore or something on there, you couldn't get it to heal. So keep it clean. Ed Smith, I would not doubt that. I would not doubt that a bit. Skip one missing. Rock, boat, 2 or 3 times, never fails me. Yeah, but back to the information, guys, is try not to mislead anybody. And if you do find out that you accidentally told somebody wrong about something, correct it. I mean, really, correct it. Yeah, Junior, I swim in it. I've jumped in it 1,000 times. I grew up in it. I'm probably COVID daggum. I probably won't get COVID because I swam in Lake Wiley. Good night, guy. But great information. Pass it along and help others out. That's what we're here for, to be good stewards of our waters, good steward of the fish and of other people. Never mislead, and you'll never probably, yeah, there's going to be people try to mislead you, but as long as you do right, you can't do wrong. But that being said, guys and gals, I've had a blast with you, as always. I look forward to doing more shows with you. Look forward to seeing you in chat. That being said, God bless each and every one of you. God bless your families. Don't forget to support your veterans, your police, EMS, and fire out there on the front lines for each and every one of us. Shake a hand. And what's up, Bobby Newton? Shake a hand of a veteran. Let him know you appreciate what he's done for us, or she. God bless, guys. We see y'all on the water.